joining me for this full length Pilates mat class where we are getting ready for ski season, snowboarding season, water sports season, whatever season you like. But I am a snow skier, so these are some exercises that I do to prep my body for the season ahead. So I'm going to go ahead, sit facing the end of my mat with my knees gently bent. My legs are about, my heels are right under my sits bones. I'm sitting up nice and tall. From there, I'm going to inhale, exhale, hold on gently behind my legs, and articulate my spine down the mat. Really trying to find each vertebra and really stretch it out at the beginning. Walk your feet to where you need to so you can find a nice, comfortable, neutral spine. We have a nice flat sacrum. We have a slight lift from the tip tops of our back of our hip bones to the 12th rib on the back. All of our ribs are gently sinking into the mat. Our shoulder blades are nice and flat and wide. Our collarbones are nice and elongated, relaxed. Flip your palms up to the ceiling. Go ahead and take a nice inhale, exhale real fast. Walk your feet in so the inner aspects of your legs are all squeezed together. The inner thigh, the knee, the calf, the inner aspects of the feet. Inhale, exhale, float your right foot up to the ceiling. Go ahead and make sure again that you're not tucking your tail to lift that leg up. We want our leg to be straight up like a post if we have the flexibility for it. From there, I'm going to flex my foot and begin to lower my leg down while keeping a neutral spine. And I'm going to point and lift. This is just a warm-up, guys. My foot isn't parallel, so you don't need to feel the need to touch your foot all the way down to the mat just yet. Go ahead and start, maybe go knee to knee, then go an inch lower and an inch lower, only so long as you can maintain the neutral spine. Good, let's keep it going. If you feel your weight start to shift towards that back hip of the leg that's moving, ground in through the hip that the leg is stabilizing on, and don't go any lower. Again, guys, just a warm-up. Let's just find the movement. And one more. Point your legs straight up to the ceiling again, like a post. We're going to come across the body an inch, keeping that hip grounded, and away from the body an inch, keeping the opposite hip grounded. We're really challenging the stability of our neutral spine here. While you're at it, go ahead and lift your head for just a second if you're able to. Make sure that your knee is not coming across the midline when you bring your foot all the way across, or it's not going out to the outside when your foot that's working is going to the outside. This is trying to help your body with the load of the weight. We are trying to keep everything stabilized while we challenge ourselves. Let's do two more. Nice right shoulder blades, nice long neck. Good. Keep the tip of the base of your skull attached to the mat. Foot straight back up to the ceiling, keeping your foot in parallel. Let's go across the body on an inhale, down towards the knee, and exhale back up for leg circle. And inhale, exhale. Just a nice rotation, lubing up the hip and the hip joint. Keep breathing. Good. We're going to do 10 in this direction. Find that nice wrap of the ribs here. Don't allow them to flare out. Sink your belly button down to your spine. Great job, guys. Again, don't let the knee flop and fly all around while it's trying to help your leg, right? Take a look at it. Try to press through the heel a little bit more maybe to really ground in through that leg. From there, I'm going to bring my left leg up to meet my right leg. I'm going to turn my legs out to a Pilates V position to take some of the pressure off of my quad muscles. I'm going to find the wrap from the inside of my knees to the outside of my hips. I'm going to hover my hands off the mat. Inhale, exhale. Don't tuck your tail. Leave a really heavy sacrum and curl up, bringing your ribs to your hips. And lower. And exhale to curl up. Lifting my head, neck, and shoulders. Creasing out my sternum. Dropping my belly button to my spine. Good. Let's do two more for fun. On this next one, we're going to stay up at the top. Now, no tucking, but drive your ribs to your hips and pulses. So, pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, stay curled up. Right leg to your nose, left leg away. We're gonna do scissors. Hold on behind your leg wherever you have the capability. No tucking again. And pulse, pulse by widening your elbows. Pulse, pulse. Make sure that the leg that you're gently tugging or pulling or assisting is not floating up off the mat on the back side. Now flex your feet. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. The stretch feels a little different. Good. One more on each side. You might notice it just feet up, uncurl. Bring your right foot down to that bent foot position. Again, if you have some trouble with your leg going in and out to help with the load of your leg, try to put a little bit more weight through your heel, but don't tuck on that side, right? Heavy sacrum, engage the back of the leg. So flex your foot, lower, and point to lift. Again, don't feel the need to go all the way to the mat, guys. Challenge yourself, but allow your body to get used to the movement. Again, we're doing this in parallel right here. When we do exercises with both of our legs up to the ceiling on this form, we will turn it out to Pilates V. Good. One more. Stop at the top. Come across the body an inch and away from the midline an inch. Over the midline of the body an inch, right up through your nose. Away an inch. Now curl and make sure that your knee's not moving. Good. Drop your belly. Hollow from hip to hip. Here's 7, 8. Drive down to that hip as your leg goes away from the midline. And 9. Go take another look at your knee to make sure it's not moving around. 1 more. Come back to center. Inhale your leg across the body and exhale it back up to the top. And inhale and exhale. Find the breath. As you exhale, wrap your ribs even tighter as you lift your leg. Good. Let's keep going here. 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and reverse inhale away, and exhale back up. Nice long neck, nice wide shoulder blades. Good. Here's 7, and 8. Here's 9. 1 more. Now bring the right leg up to meet the left. Turn your feet out to Pilates V. Platform through your arms. We're going to do some light heel beats. They're very tiny. So we're going to separate an inch and pulse. And inner thigh, inner thigh, inner thigh, inner thigh. How much glutes can you use? Now we're going to pulse down to working level. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to change the movement to a crisscross. When we crisscross though, try to think of crisscrossing the thighs to keep the onus of the movement on your inner thighs. We're going to cross 1 and other leg. And 2, 3. So each count is a set. 5, 6, 7, 8. Rotate the femur in the hip socket to turn out your legs. 1 more. And now 5 sets down to working level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Stop right there. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest real fast. I was feeling it in my hip flexors just a little bit. We're going to extend our legs back up to the ceiling, turn out to Pilates V. Place your head and your hands at the base of your skull, not up on your skull. Place them at the base of the skull with your thumbs long down your neck. Elbows in your peripheral vision. Inhale, exhale, curl up, bringing your ribs to your hips like you did in the curl earlier. We're going to flex our feet and lower for 1, 2, 3, and point to the lift. And flex lower. 2, 3, point and lift. Don't lose your curl up as you double leg lower lift. Here's 4. Point to lift. Now keep your feet pointed. We're going to reverse our foot work. We're going to lower with a pointed foot. 2, 3, flex and lift. point and down, 2, 3, flex and lift, and point, 2, 3, flex and lift. Good. Don't allow your back to pop up off the mat. Maintain that neutral spine. Point to lift. Extend your legs down, your arms down by your hips, hovering off the mat. Extend your legs down to working level. We're gonna do the hundreds from here. Rotate the femur to the hip socket and begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your glutes. Rotate the femur to the hip socket to really turn the feet out. We've done a line parallel. Now we're gonna work in turn out too, to really strengthen those hips and legs. Let's really get the blood pumping. Vigorous pumping through the arms. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flex your feet. The last 5. 3, 4, 5. Wrap your ribs. Drop your belly to your spine. Try not to pop towards your tailbone. Leave your sacrum flat, guys. Final set. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet to tabletop, hands to the ceiling. Rest your head and shoulders. Hug your legs again. Give a gentle rock from side to side. Where your legs are hugged into your body right now, platform your arms down by your side. Bring them out a little bit so they're in a tiny V. We're gonna reverse ab curl. You wanna press into your triceps, but don't pop your ribs when you do it. So reverse ab curl. We're going to imprint our spine all the way in the mat, just like for a bridge to begin it. And then we're going to peel our tailbone off, bringing our pelvis towards our nose, and release. Exhale, imprint, tuck your tail and lift. Don't swing like this. We're not trying to do a rollover, we're just engaging the lower abdominals. Inhale, exhale, and tuck. And release. If you want, bend your elbows here. Press into those triceps, nice wide shoulder blades. The movement's not big, it's very much an internal movement. Let's do 2 more. Good. Gentle fingers behind your knees. Tuck your tail. Curl it up. Extend your legs in front of you. I'm going to scooch back just a little bit because I don't like being on the seam of my mat. Good. I have my feet separated a little bit wider than hip distance apart. I want to really extend my legs long, pulling up on the muscles on the tops of my kneecaps. We are going to do spine stretch, saw, and then we're going to start some side lying legs. So I'm going to bring my hands in front of me, my palms are facing each other. I'm not up here popping into my neck. I'm squeezing under my arms. My fingertips are coming out of my 12th rib and sternum bead. I'm going to inhale, crease at the sternum just like I would in my curl up. Exhale, fold over my barrel. Pulling back on my abdominals strongly. Inhale, pull back to my curl up position. And exhale to come up strong. Inhale, crease at the sternum. Exhale, reaching forward while pulling back with my abdominals. Inhale to curl up. Exhale, strong, and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale up tall. Nice neutral spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try to find that stretch in the back of your legs while you're doing spine stretch. Inhale. Don't let your knees pump when you reach forward slightly. Inhale. Exhale. One more, guys. Inhale, crease. Exhale, reach. Inhale, back. Exhale, top. Don't release your legs. Really give them a nice workout. Reach your arms out to your teeth. Bring them in front of your periphery slightly. Spiral out to the pinky blade edge, putting some weight there. So you're really pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, rotate towards the left. Exhale, dive down. And soft your baby toe. And up through center. Exhale the other direction. Articulate up through center. Let's add the ballistic pulse. Inhale to left. Exhale, dive down and pulse, pulse. Up through center. Rotate. Leave that back hip grounded. Dive down, pulse, pulse. Articulate up through center. Same thing as spine stretch. Adding a rotation, guys. through center, opposite direction, and through center. Give your legs a shake. Bring them to center. Continue to shake them out. Come onto your side. Today I will be doing sideline legs up on my side. If you feel like this is too much for you or you can't maintain the engagement under your arm and you start to feel it in your neck, please come down to lying fully on your side with your head and your hands. Also, if you find yourself doing this instead of a nice side plank lying on your hip, please lie down all the way. So my shoulder is over my elbow. There we go. I'm squeezing under my arm. I have a nice long neck. I'm not rocked back on my hips to find my position here. My hips are stacked. Flex my feet. Extend energy out of your heel to lift your foot up to hip height. I have spider fingers. So it's a claw. They're resting in front of me. At no point should I be doing this. Kick it forward and flex it. Pull it back. If you find yourself doing this, again, please adjust your body position again, or adjust the distance in your front and back movement. Abs up and in, wrapping the ribs, nice long neck. Here's 9, and here's 10. When we go back, we squeeze our glutes to get our leg back. Top leg over bottom leg, shoot energy out of the top leg, squeeze your legs together, and pull them apart by extending your leg even longer. Squeeze together, more energy out of your foot to pull. If you'd like a little bit of added challenge in this one, bring your hand up to your hip. Good. Behind your head. Good. Or, right here's fine too. We have a lot of exercises here. Good. Keep it up to hip height. Now don't sink to get here. We're going to squeeze our bottom leg to our top leg. My top leg does not reach my bottom leg. No problem. But I feel the engagement just like I did on a reverse ab curl. It's not always the size of the movement, but the feeling in your own body. Here's 9 and 10. Good, go ahead and make sure engaged under the arms. I'm going to rotate the femur and the hip socket to turn out to a Pilates V. I'm going to make sure I'm not rocking back, stack my hips. Point to bring my foot up and flex to lower it. If you're used to your foot coming higher, when you're lying down, you've decreased your range of motion by coming up onto your forearm. Just go ahead and make sure you're still lifting, really rotating, and trying to find that movement. You're doing great. Here's 9. Tossing some ballet terms out there, we're going to do a développé leg extension. So point your foot, drag your toe into the passe or bent knee position, toe is touching knee, extend your leg, flex it, and squeeze your legs together. Point and pull your toe up your leg. Extend and flex. Point, pull. 3 more just like this, or 2 more, and then we'll reverse. I'm sorry. That was 3. Pull, extend, and flex. Leave your foot flexed, extend it up. Point it. Tap your toe to your knee. Drag it down your leg and flex and lift. And point and drag. Flex and point. Don't rock back on your hips. It can be hard on your sciatica. And point and up and drag. Float the foot up to hip height, leaving it turned out. 10 small circles in each direction coming from the glutes. See how my body's not really moving? Or not a lot? Now you're gonna have some movement, right? Good. Stack your legs. Bring your feet in. So you're gonna have a 90-degree position from your body to your thighs, from your thighs to your shins, from your shins to the tops of your feet. Hand down, don't rock back to get here. Lift up out of the side. Feet up 2 inches, we're gonna clean. We're gonna open and squeeze it shut and rotate to open. Really find the movement around the hip and in the glutes. Good. Here's 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. 1 more. Good. Extend your legs. Come onto your stomach. We're going to extend your legs out long. Draw our belly button up to our spine. Wrap our ribs. We're going to do some swimming exercises. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to float our right leg up. When you do that, don't lift up off your side, right? Just squeeze your glutes and lift your leg slightly. And lower. And left leg. And now right leg left. Keep your head on the mat. One more to each side. Wrap your ribs tightly. Squeeze under your arms. Now float your right arm up and lower. Again, you shouldn't rotate up. You're just lifting the arm gently and lower. You shouldn't feel rocking from side to side. Pardon me, my nose itches, of course, right? One more to each side with the arms. Now, let's lift the right arm, left leg, and lower. Left arm, right leg, and lower. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Inhale, exhale, lift arms and legs. Hover your head off the mat, biceps between your ears, wrap your ribs, belly button to swim, and begin swimming. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your inner thighs. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find the control. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final count. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. No collapsing. Reach long out of your fingers and toes. And lower. Roll over to your other side. I'm going to switch sides so that I can continue to face the camera. You can just roll over to the other side if you like. We're going to do the same leg series. So, I'm up with my forearm again. If on the other side you lowered at any point or stayed down, please do the same thing on this side so you can get equal work on both sides. So, I'm going to stack my hips, lift up out on my side, squeeze it in my arms, nice long neck. Float my foot up to hip height, point to kick it forward, and flex. Again, when you get to foot over foot, squeeze your glutes to pull your leg back and point. We're not using momentum here. Good. Here's 4. And 5. Strong connection to my abdominals, lifting up out of my side. 8, 9. Good. This side's always harder. And guys, we are doing side kneeling legs today. So this is going to be a very challenging leg day. Now, shoot energy out of your heels. Squeeze your legs together and shoot more energy out to pull them apart and squeeze and pull. Good. We're isolating the muscles, so don't lift your leg up any higher than hip height. We want to really find those tiny muscles. 2 more. Make sure your hips are stacked. Bring your foot up to hip height, using your bottom leg, squeeze your inner thighs. 2. Don't sink down right here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Point your feet, turn them out to a Pilates feet. Point and flex. Oh, man, do I feel it on this side. How exciting that we get to do so many more exercises. And 5. And 6. Here's 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. And now the passe developpe, more dancer style leg movement. We're going to turn our leg out. We're going to pull our foot, our toe all the way to our knee. Extend and flex and lower. And point and pull. Extend and flex and lower. Here's 3. Squeeze your glutes. Stack hip over hip. Don't rock back into your low back. 1 more in this direction. Leave your foot flexed and lift and point. And drag. Flex and point. And drag, flex. Good. 1 more. foot up to hip height. Rotate the femur and the hip cycle. Lead with your heel for 10 small circles. So don't let your foot go to parallel. And reverse. Stack your legs. Bring them into the clam position. Again, 90 degrees from your body to your thigh, from your thigh to your shin, from your shin to the tops of your feet. Float your feet up 2 inches. Rotate the femur open and squeeze. When I say rotate the femur in the hip socket, really feel the femur rotated in the hip socket to open your legs and squeeze them together. Good. Lift up out of that arm. And 9. And 10. Good. From there, we're going to roll over onto our stomachs again. We're going to bring our head down. We're going to squeeze our biceps into our ribs. We're going to have our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to do some swan. We're going to squeeze our legs, wrap our ribs to our belly up to our spine. Inhale. Pull forward as you lift out, squeezing under your arms and lower. We just did a lot of work on our side. So if you're feeling like you're feeling it in your neck, don't come up as far. Draw your belly up, 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 up. Feel that stretch in the front of your hips. Let's do one more. And lower. Now, we're going to move our elbows forward so they're right underneath our shoulders. Our hands are flat in front of us. We're in a Sphinx position. It's easy to sink down to your belly button here, right? But really wrap your ribs, your belly up to your spine. Find a nice neutral spine, even though you are in a chest opening position. We're going to float our left foot up. We're going to do the single leg kick. We're going to flex it towards our glutes, point it to our glutes, release, and lower. Right leg. And we're going to flex, point. We're going to pulse, flex, point, pulse, and release, and right leg. And flex, point, release, belly button up. Really draw the belly button to the spine. Don't let it sink. One more. Good. We're going to do some fun leg beats while we're prone as well. So we're going to make a pillow with our hands. We're going to rest your head on top of our hands without popping into our low back. So squeezing our glutes to lift our legs like in swimming. We're going to beat our heels while our feet are turned out. So inhale, pulse, 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 pulse. Do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your feet. We're going to do some gentle crisscrosses. They're going to be more of an ankle crisscross because you are going to have the limitations of the mat under your body here, right? So crisscross as much as you're able to. Really find that deep inner thigh connection. Wrap your ribs, belly button up, and lift. And 1, cross, 2, cross, 3. My ankles don't even cross all the way. It's more of just a beat. Ten more. Cross, cross, cross. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower it down. From there, we're going to place our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to press up into a shell pose. So I'm going to press up. I'm not going to move my hands or my knees. I'm going to round my back strongly, tucking my tail, looking in between my thighs. Don't move your hands as you sit back, and don't lose that tuck in your tail. It's a very active stretch. I feel it strongly under my arms. From there, I bring my toes together, knees apart, and just relax into a child's pose. I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to thread the needle, if I have that capability, by bringing my hand underneath my left arm, trying to bring my right shoulder all the way down to the mat. I'm going to come back out to a regular child's pose. I'm going to take my left arm, thread it underneath my right arm, trying to bring my left shoulder all the way down to the mat. I'm going to bring my arm back out again. From there, I'm going to walk my hands back as I articulate my spine back to sitting tall. We're going to do some glute work from here. I've done it in other classes. So with the child's pose, my knees are separated slightly, my toes are together, but my knees are no wider than my shoulders. With my toes together and my knees separated, I am able to find more of a connection with my glutes and my inner thighs when I do this exercise. If this does not work for you, please feel free to do this in a parallel position. With this position as well, I'm not rocking straight up onto my knees, so it's easier to find a little bit more comfort with my knees if my knees might be a little tricky. If your knees are a little bit tricky and you need some additional help, roll up a yoga mat, find a pad, use a roll-up towel, place it under your knees to give you a little bit additional padding underneath your knees. So I'm gonna sit up tall, tweeze the bottom tips of my shoulder blades, stack my shoulders over my hips. I'm gonna place my hands on my hips. I'm gonna inhale, exhale, squeeze my glutes and inner thighs to lift my body straight up. And I'm gonna sit straight back down. I'm not rocking forward to sit up. I'm squeezing and lifting up tall. And then I'm sitting back just as tall. I have a strong engagement in my core as I lift and I squeeze it, open up the front of my hip flexors, and I lower back down, wrapping my ribs. I'm going to add on. I'm going to bring my hands in front of me, not up here, so I'm hopping my shoulders, but down here. My palms are facing the ground. Unlike earlier when I did spine stretch, my palms are facing each other. They face the ground now. This will help you out. The load of your arms, inhale, exhale, and come up. Now, reach your arms down long, elongated in the neck as if you're splashing water underneath or by your thighs. Tweeze the bottom tips of your shoulders or your angel blades if you want. And pull back. Nice wide collarbones. And as you crease at the hip flexors to sit back down, still in a neutral spine, reach your arms forward again and squeeze up and lift. Press your shins into the mat. Let's do 2 more. Just like this, and then we'll add on again, guys, okay? We're gonna add chest expansion head on after this, let's call it. So this is our final one like this. We lower, and then we lift up in a neutral spine, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Look to the left, look center. To the right, look center, and release. And squeeze and lift. Look to the right, center, left, center, release, belly button up and in, and lift. Look left, center, right, center, release. One more left, look right, center, left, center, release. Now we're gonna do some tricep work. So we lift, we crease at the hip flexor, bring our shoulders forward slightly. I'm not swaying out my low back. Think of yourself as having a slight little tuck in your low belly so you're not pulling this, right? So my hands will come forward, only right to the floor. Don't bring them all the way up here. You're gonna throw off the load of your body too much. Now tweeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades and squeeze back with your triceps. And come forward and back. Press your shins into the mat. Good. Squeeze your glutes strongly. Wrap your ribs. 2 more. Stay up at the top on this next one. Now bend at the elbows. Bring your hands towards your shoulders and press back. And bend and press. Still find that slight little itty bitty tuck. Good. Here's 7 and 8. Sit up tall and down and lower. I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to be doing some kneeling side legs. We started with the right leg kicking originally, so we're going to go ahead and do that again. So I'm going to come back up. I do have my legs in parallel this time. My feet do like to go to the center. So again, we're going to bring our arms out to a T, squeeze our hips so they're wide open. Our hips are lined up with our knees. I'm going to try to stay in parallel, right? I'm going to make my right knee light as I put my weight on my left leg. Again, if you need the additional padding under your knee, please place it there. Now I'm going to be at a side bend with control. Place my hand on the mat. I extend my leg. Options for wrists. If you have wrists that do not enjoy this movement, you can go to a fist. You can try to put more weight in the palms of your hand, in the pads of your fingers, rather than the heel of your hand, so you're not stressing that crease too much. Or you can find a weight and hold on to the weight. Make sure that your wrist doesn't break like this. You want a nice straight wrist, nice strong straight wrist for this movement. So we're gonna come down. I'm gonna place my head on my hand or my hand on my hip. I'm gonna bring my foot forward and flex to pull it back. These are roughly the same movements. We're only gonna be doing 3 separate movements for these side kneeling legs, but they will be smaller. Good. Squeeze into the arm, get a nice sling neck. Bring your head up in your hands if you want. Wrap your ribs, belly up to spine. Good. Press your shin into the mat. Bring your foot to the side and lower an inch and lift an inch and lower and lift. Really finding that parallel movement. Good. Wherever you want. 10 medium circles. So 5 in one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your arm out to a T. Begin to straighten up, bending your right leg. Find that balance. Woo! A little wobbly, right? I don't know if you were, but I was. Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna go straight to the other side. We're gonna be doing some forearm kneeling planks after that, then into some teaser. Finally, we'll finish it off with some stretching. We'll be done with class, guys. Arms out to a T. Begin to float to that right leg, making that left leg light. See if you can balance a little bit. Woo, and then with control, side bend. Again, wrist, knuckles, pads of fingers, weight for your hand, extend your leg, bring it front and flex to blow back. Wrap your ribs, belly to spine. Think of tucking ever so gently here too in case you're swinging out in your low back. Woo, press into the shin. Good. Try to really anchor over your foot. One more. Bring it back to center and lower and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrap the hips. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Medium circles, 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Begin to bend your knee. Come up with control. Finding a nice balance. And lower. Go ahead and sit back. We're going to find a quadruped position on our hands first. From there, I'm going to lower so that my elbow is right where the heel of my hand was. So my hips are over my knees. My shoulders are over my elbows. I'm going to press one foot back and the other foot back. My hips are a little higher than they normally would be in plank, right? From there, I'm going to point my feet and squeeze my underarms so my shoulders are coming over my elbows and bring it back to the original position. And point my feet and squeeze. Think of yourself as a turtle and pull through yourself. Tuck your tail slightly. Think of reverse ab curl, but not so tuck, right? And 6. Good, come back to the position. I'm going to take my left arm, bring it pointing towards my right elbow, and I'm going to rotate to a side plank. I'm on my toes here, and I'm going to reach my hips up as I bring my hand over my head and come back down, bringing my arm to a T. Don't tip your hips down where they were before, and reach over. We just have one more, guys. Now place your right forearm down and bring your left arm back. We're back in that regular forearm plank. From there, I'm going to bring my right leg up and lower. One leg plank. 3 on each side. Don't allow your body to shift. One more to each side. Good. Now, other side plank. Bring your right arm, fingers face that left elbow. Rotate to the side. Lift your arm up to a T. Lift your hips as your arm reaches overhead. Then come back down. And reach and lift. And come down. One more. Bring your hand back down. Bring your left elbow by your right fingers. Come back to your center. Rest your knees gently with control. Slide your body back to a child's pose position. Walk your fingers back as you articulate back up to sitting one more time. Sit up tall. Let's go into teaser. Skiing is such a full body workout, right? You want to make sure that you're working everything really well. Bend your knees, tuck your tail, roll back. Bring your arms up, fingertips coming up out of your sternum. So you don't want to be popping in your ribs here. It'll be harder to find that connection. You want as much of a neutral spine as you're able to find with your legs extended. If you're unable to do teaser with your legs extended, bring your legs to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, begin to articulate up, and float your legs up. Just like in chest expansion, find that nice open chest, tweeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, tuck your tail, eyes line up with toes, and then articulate down. Fingertips back up to ceiling. Inhale, begin to articulate up, and exhale, float your feet up. 3 arm circles in each direction, going away from the body, as big or as small as you would like, but tweeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, reverse. Tuck your tail, eyes line up with toes, nice control, roll back, fingertips up to ceiling. One more teaser, we're gonna lower and lift the legs together, and double leg lower lift, just 1 inch. Inhale, you articulate up. Exhale, float the legs up, lower 1 inch, and lift 1 inch, and lower, and lift. 1 more, nice wide collarbones, nice wide chest, and lower all the way down. Bring 1 foot into tabletop, other foot into tabletop, rock up. Bring your legs out to a wide diamond shape. I'm gonna rotate slightly so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to gently place my fingertips on the tops of my calves and shins. I'm going to tuck my tail and pull back, looking in between my legs. And I'm going to press down and lift up into a chest expansion. This is a sitting cat-cow. So pull back into the angry cat, wrapping my ribs, dropping my belly to my spine, and lift, expanding the chest ever so gently. 1 more. From here, let's find neutral spine and do a spine twist. I'm going to rotate to one side. I'm not yanking myself around, guys. I'm placing my fingers on the mat and my shin and I'm looking to the back. I'm going to come through center, place my fingertips down and look. Especially if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, do not force this position or, quite frankly, do it at all. You don't need to do these rotations. You can cause harm. 1 more. Grow tall. And grow tall. Come back through center. 3 side bends to each side. We're not going to rotate forward or back. We're going to rotate directly to the side. Leaving both backs of the sits bones on the ground. And lift. And bend to the other side. Find the movement with your breath. Bend the elbow into your hip to pull the shoulder away from the ear. See, so when I bend it, it's going to squeeze into my arm. Good. 1 more. Come back through center. 1 more inhale. Lift the arms up. Exhale to lower them. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. If you have any questions or need any modifications, please feel free to reach out to me. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you.